The Chicago Strangler. 50 plus women murdered. No justice. Chicago, one of the busiest cities in America, but from 2001 to 2018, something horrifying was happening beneath the surface. More than 50 women, mostly black, were found murdered, strangled, dumped in alleys, trash bins, and abandoned buildings. And nearly all those cases remain unsolved. Some say it was one man. Others believe it was a pattern no one wanted to stop. Either way, the city may have ignored a serial killer. Between 2001 and 2018, at least 51 women were found dead in eerily similar circumstances. Most were black women in their 30s and 40s. Many were sex workers struggling with poverty, addiction, or homelessness. They were all strangled, often naked, sometimes burned or wrapped in plastic, then dumped like garbage. Some were left in vacant lots, others in dumpsters, alleyways, or abandoned buildings, mostly on Chicago's south and west sides. Despite these horrific details, police didn't link the cases. Each one was treated as a separate crime, even when they happened blocks apart or just days apart. For years, there were no answers and no outrage. The silence was finally broken by numbers. In 2018, a nonprofit called the Murder Accountability Project ran Chicago's unsolved homicides through a data algorithm. It flagged 25 to 50 murders as being likely linked by a common offender, possibly the same killer. The MO was consistent. Women strangled, abandoned in similar areas. Still, authorities didn't act immediately. It wasn't until the press got involved in 2019 that the public even heard the term Chicago Strangler. But by then, it had already been nearly 2 decades. There were suspects, but no justice. One man, Darren Vann, was arrested in nearby Indiana after confessing to 7 similar murders. His victims were also black women dumped in abandoned buildings. Some wondered if he had crossed into Chicago, but police never officially connected him to the city's killings. Others believe the murders were committed by multiple killers, using the same tactics because they knew the police weren't watching. The locations became zones of silence, places where bodies could be dumped without drawing headlines. DNA was recovered from some of the victims, but in many cases, nothing came out of it. Some critics say evidence was lost, ignored, or deprioritized. The real question became, did the city look away because of who the victims were? These women weren't high profile. They weren't wealthy. Many were involved in sex work, had criminal records, or lived on the street. And for too long, that meant their deaths didn't make the news. Families begged for justice. Mothers demanded action. And still more bodies showed up. More cases were closed quietly. As of today, none of the 51 murders officially labeled part of this cluster have been solved. In 2021, under public pressure, the Chicago Police Department formed a new task force. But so far, that's all there is. Talk. The Chicago Strangler might still be out there, but the real crime? That no one ever really looked. These weren't just victims, they were daughters, mothers, friends, and they deserved better. Not just justice, remembrance, and the truth. Thank you for your time, the most precious thing we have. Again, thank you.